Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Hackmed Gaming. I am Hackmed. We're back with some more out of ore. Don't know what we're going to do today. Guess it's going to depend on what we get when we spin the wheel here, and that'll kind of guide us on the way. Make money. We got to do that. That's for sure. Oh, I get that one, I think, more than anything. All right, let's roll twice. Oh, brother. Okay, so we can't turn on the wash plant. That's fine. That's fine. I think. And a truck breakdown. Okay. All right. Perfect. Perfect. No truck. No wash plant. Okay. First and foremost, let's throw all that stuff into here for now. And let's see, what do we have to sell? Do we have anything to sell? Because we do. Let's take all that, but maybe split it. So we have to buy some water pipes. We need to see if we can't get this water pump touching grass, and unfortunately, if it gets buried or underground a little bit, it just is what it's going to have to be. We'll bring it up or turn it. I don't really know how to handle that. It needs to touch grass, which means I can't dig it out to make it flat, right? So maybe if I do this far enough away. We can get it kind of flat-ish, hopefully. And still stay grass. So maybe we can turn it and sit it right here. I don't know. And then we'll probably go buy some conveyor stuff to start trying to run down to the cut. I don't think that's going to hurt us at all. We need a new power line, but that's also going to have to be separate power, because how big are these guys? 5,400. We have that much power running off of it? It's 24. How did I blow that last time? Is this, when I plug this in here and I hook up to power, is it sending power through like the whole pipe and then also connecting it into there? Not sure. We'll find out. All right. Let's as for digging the pit, the only options we really have is right now is to take probably the loader and scoop it and drive it up here and dump it into the wash plant. I just obviously can't turn it on. Don't know how effective that will be. Let's go see how much money we got. We'll see if we can get some things. Except I have no idea why I'm heading that way. So we'll try to get the water pump hooked up. Try to get some conveyor laid out and across for the little with a cut. Oh, I could bulldoze. I could do that. Maybe I'll get this. We'll see where we're at with money, and then I will get the dozer out. That might be a good idea. Good time to clear, because we can't run the plant anyway. And then we'll have to, yeah, just clear a lot of dirt. But we're getting closer every day. So that's good. Hate that old man beard. Once in a while you get like one curly one or something. It just kind of sticks out. It's always in your line of sight. You gotta yank those things out. It's a long walk. Thinking at some point, probably far down the road, maybe we build a general store over at our place. And I have to look for the steel rolling stuff. If we can automate the making of steel floors or something for now, that would be superb. I mean, it's fairly steep there, too, looking at that. Not terrible. Nothing at it. A little worse there, but I think that'll be alright. Don't have anything to put in those. It's kind of funny that those are still here. Like they didn't switch over. Alright. So, first and foremost, factory pipeline. Oh no, first and foremost, silver, gold, sell our aluminum. Let's sell half our steel. 251. That's pretty decent. And let me get a calculator up. 76. So I can minus out stuff as I buy. All right, so we need right 2 meters, left 2 meters. So let's get a. So there's 9. 9,000. Let's get 3, 8, and we need downs, right? Because it comes from the pump and down. Let us say 3, 8. 17,000. All right, 225,000. I think that might be all right. Oops. All right, so what do we need here? Just for hoops and giggles. Because there is a way to make the floors, right? Or is it just I can make the materials for the floor? We need a wash plant. Because we want to get rid of the sluice box. Metal sorter. This is the one that just separates iron and aluminum. I wish we'd have separate outputs for that. Don't need that, don't need that. Maybe we can't make the floors. We just get the parts we need for the floor. Because that takes bloom, so I'd have to take this to get blooms. Have that go into there, because I need what? Beams and plates. And then screws, which I don't think I see here. All right. Oh my God, those are expensive. I don't know which one makes the screws. I'm going to guess not the press. Not the roller, right? Probably have to be the CNC mill? That's $45,000. We'll just hold off on that for now. Power. We need some poles here. 5,400. That's the biggest we go, right? Does look like it. All right, let's get man. Let's get like 3. I don't want to go too crazy right now with those. What are we at? 182,000. No, I don't think we need to worry about that right now. I don't think we needed any more conveyors, right? I think we needed 2 of those. All right, so we have 177,000 left. So let's see here. Probably just a big hopper, yeah, because we want one line. So let's see, 45. 6,000. What, 15? Hope I'm doing it right. 24. Let's just minus that out now so I don't forget as I'm looking. We're going to need a lot of straight pieces. Let's see. 9,000. 18,000. Nice thing about these parts is definitely going to use them, you know, in the plan at some point. Minus 45,000. All right, we're at 90,000 right now. Let's grab 5 of these for 12.5. And let's grab 5 of these for 75. Okay, just over 70,000. I got left and right. I got a couple. All right. I think that might be good. That leaves us with 70,000. But I'm going to write this down because if I don't, I'm going to like close out the calculator or something. $70,226. All right. Oh, well, didn't need to close that up. I mean, we still have some steel to sell if we need to, but I don't want to. Actually, no, we'll just. As I didn't see the lithium down there, I'm just going to leave it though, because then it'll add to it. Then I got to add it in. We'll just hold on to it for now. Little bank account for us. Should have bought another storage container. Start holding some of this stuff. All right, so go back, try to hook up that water pump real fast. Let's see if we can kind of throw something-ish together. Even though... did get some ups. I was like, I got downs with no ups, but I did. Nice thing is, at least it will, you know, give us an idea of what we're gonna need to finish off the run down to the cut. Because yeah, we'll need obviously power for that too. Even though that might, I have to see how much we're gonna use up here. If we can get enough power up here, I can take the coal plant down to the cut and actually like split off the coal right off, you know, the hopper and have it feed right into it to kind of hopefully self-sustain down there. I don't know if that'd be worth it. It'd probably be more like take the turbine and power it up down there. Which at some point we're going to have to move and get in a more permanent placement. Like I said, we're probably going to have them kind of all around the map. Yeah, we're definitely going to have enough conveyors to get down to where we're heading. All right, so let's do this. Let's throw you and you back in there. Just throw that in there. 33%. Like an idiot, I put all this stuff away and then realized that's what I'm going to go and do. We need a water pump. Oh, the wash plant we can put up real quick too. Need the coal plant. Conveyor, merger, I think. Pipeline. So since she's down, might as well work on her. Probably got stuff in here. Yep. All right, so we got that now. Now we just have to, that's tied in there. We just got to find a way for the pump. We do that and go with... what else do we have for straights? Straight 2, straight 4, maybe. Actually, I think that, yeah, it's going to be too far, isn't it? All right, let's go with the straight 2, the right. Okay, so that's not going to work right off the bat. So let's try the 4. This is definitely, let's see. Let's go up a little bit. Do we have just a little... to the left. I need the down, not an up. Duh. There you go. Said it will work. That system is a pain in the ass unless, like, again, I'm just doing something extremely wrong. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You pretty much got to put it at whatever ground's there. Like, you can flatten it maybe a little bit and turn it back to grass, unless you can grow grass, and I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else you would do with that. For now, just kind of see if I can't flatten out a little spot for this guy. Turn it. This we can cut down into a little bit. This thing don't get affected by the grass or dirt, or grass or snow. Yeah, it just needs to be able to be placed on dirt. Like, it's the water pump, just simple as that. Like, it doesn't make sense anyway that it can't be. Power input there. I got a couple pieces of coal to test it to make sure we got water, because I think last time I lost all the coal. Nope. There. Take that. I could have just mined a couple pieces quicker and easier. All right, so that should do that. This is all pipe we can get rid of for now. Loose box can go back in there for now. Just need one power cable. Need to get that going again, so let's do that. Take all the power cable, because I definitely need more than one. Or was this just a little guy? I'm starting to think that was a little one. And I didn't, because I didn't have enough of those ones, and I wanted to get it going. Oh, from here to there. Now that I think about it, I feel like that was a thing. Oh. I guess I should turn it back on. Those take 55. Didn't think about that. Could have got another refinery, probably. I don't think they were super, super expensive. That's all right, though. Perfect. On. Unfiltered water. Yes, Wait. Okay, well, you know, I ran the golden stuff through it already again. So that does power this system too. Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know. I wasn't sure. I mean, I know they connect, but this one connects to a pipeline and the other one connects to the conveyors. And here is another thing that's bothering me since I put them up. And I said I didn't care. I totally lied. I do care. I care deeply. For now, no. I'll just leave that off. That's just going to be a big old hassle. Oh, I needed 3. Yeah, I guess it don't really matter because they look, as long as they're going that way. All right, well, we've made improvements. We've made improvements. All right, let's get rid of this stuff. Let's get rid of this. Let's grab our stuff here that we got. Let's see. See how far we can get. So the problem we obviously are going to have is right now it won't be a big deal. So I'm going to put up the stuff. They may not be supported right away, which I'm fine with. I just can't use it till it has some support on it. Is the idea here. Well, it looks like that should work, right? Should have put the dump gate over that there. It wouldn't have fell. It's actually not going too bad, I don't think. Right at that angle, because we'll be able to drop it down and turn it, and it'll kind of get us there in the middle of that. So I think that should work all right. I think anyway. All right, what do we got left here? Big hopper, we're not going to need that. We're not going to... Probably not going to go much further than this right now, to be honest with you. Because this should bring it down, right? Yes. Which we don't need to do at the moment. Unless I got some more straight 8 meter pieces. That might be it there. Look at that. Straight 8-meter pieces. 5. More ups, mergers. Don't really need any of those. I think this is high enough for a truck to get through at the moment. 500 or 400 or whatever. No, probably not. And I think it's over enough to the left where when I pull up there, I can raise up that. Yeah, this actually isn't bad, the spot. We will probably fine-tune it down the road. But, like, right now, like I said, it's kind of going right through the middle of that cut, which will... We can turn that way when we're over there, or we can shorten it up and drop it down and turn it right here. And let's see here. I kind of feel like a gradual up might be the way to go. Yeah, actually it didn't go too bad. And I think I'm still going to wait. I want to get a little closer. Oh, I'm going to have to get the truck over or something to get that piece. And I'm sure once we get plant situated up here and more, oh, we need 2 in there too, more final, we'll, I'm sure, adjust this again. But yeah, that should be enough room for the series of truck, I think. Yeah, I think we should be fine. And the power down there is going to run from further away. We're not going to just put a plant or something down there. We're going to have to take some power lines down there from wherever our power is coming from. All right, let's, I think that is good on that stuff for now. Throw that there, just throw that back up there. Now I think we're going to go grab the dozer and try to push some dirt. And that cleared. Man, I can feel it. We're so close to getting down to decent stuff where we can start digging. And I'm already this close, so... I might as well come up here and get fuel. Yeah, because I'm not a fan of, like, just a quick angle over. All right, let's go move some dirt. We'll see how this goes. See how, I mean, either way, it may not be the prettiest looking job that I do, but are gonna move dirt. One thing for sure. I need to get my ductwork cleaned in the house. It's too dusty. I haven't had that done in a long time. All right. So I need to work on shorter pushes. This is going to dig right in, ain't it? Sure. Shorter pushes are going to help. Seen that tip. Like I said, I did kind of assume that would be the case. think the biggest problem with the shorter pushes is I've already kind of... Let's see if I can get up top a little bit here. She's just like, she just will not stay straight. And I know that this angle that I'm probably on, blade's too low. I know that's what it means, but it'd be in the way, right? Yep. Oh, this could be bad. No. I was waiting for this thing to go flipping through the air. Once I get it started, it's not as bad. I don't feel. Just getting that start, especially going up a slope like that. I'm just tilting the blade all the way forward till I kind of get up here. Then I'm bringing it back. That's probably, if I'd say, the most practice I need is getting used to the angle of the blade forward and backwards to the correct position. I know that can change a lot of things. Come on, baby. Kind of feeling like low gear would help too, like being in 1 instead of 2. That's so weird that the dirt appears up on top. Let's fix the hitboxes of these blades. That's my vote. Fix the hitboxes. Like, what is happening right there? Why does it stop and then jerk around. It won't go forward, and then it just starts dumping dirt. So weird. So weird how it does that. I'm pushing a little bit of pay dirt, which is just fine. So we've hit pay dirt here. And obviously it's going to be lower here just because I think it's the elevation. Push that up there for now. I don't want to give away too much of the pay dirt. I don't know how best to attack this because I still can't push too far that way. Which is why I initially kind of went the long way. But I think we'll turn. And we'll just try doing it on a diagonal? Question mark? Like I said, it ain't the prettiest thing, and like I said, definitely didn't help that I started out. I should have did it, like I said, shorter pushes. But we are moving dirt, so. And I don't really want to get too close there because that's going to be all the lithium, which really ain't that big of a freaking deal, to be honest with you. I'm treating it like it's the only way to make money in the game, and realistically, I can make a lot of money just off stuff I'm trying to get to. So I'll probably end up pushing over what I just opened up, I'm guessing. Which I think will be fine. Yep, drop it behind the truck, because that makes sense. Son of a bitch. Up a hair here. I'm just not a fan of these things at all. Not even the slightest. Like if I kind of try to make the blade flat, it does this and just starts going straight up in the air. If I leave the blade, tilted all the way forward, it still goes up in the air, or it cuts really deep, or it won't let me steer because the blade's too low. And if I lift it up, then it goes in the air. I know I've seen people use them, and they do pretty good with them, so I know it's a skill issue. I'm not denying that. I just don't like the way that it operates how I feel it should. Take off this little top hill here. Like if I lift it up just enough, yeah, see it, and then it drops all the dirt off the blade. It's I mean, I know I see tons of people just complain about the dozer. So besides the skill issue, I know they have problems on top of it. And I don't feel like I've struggled this much with them. I don't know what changed. I don't ever recall really seeing any patch notes, but I mean, I've always kind of had a, issue with them, but I don't ever feel like it was this bad where I'm just driving and it stops, stutters, and then drops everything on the ground, or you're backing up and it just stutters and drops everything on the ground behind me. It's just weird. But see, like it's starting to slope me up the hill because I tried to make a nice level blade and then I tilt it back forward and it bounces a little bit. Luckily, it didn't drop dirt that time at least. Regardless, we're pushing dirt, thank goodness. I think it goes behind because it's on a slope, so I think it's trying to simulate the dirt falling down the hill. I think. If I had to guess, that's what's trying to happen. It just don't really. Yeah, see, that's like the weird thing right there. Like I'm going pretty decent. I got my blade tilt all the way forward, down as far as I can without, losing all steering ability, and it just yanks up. Maybe I'm just used to the bigger dozer from last season, and maybe that, with the weight and power and all that, maybe it just performs better. That could be it, right? Come on, why are we stopped? Oh, that way we can drop off all the dirt on the blade. Like, I don't feel like that blade should be going up at all. It should be digging me straight down. I go to correct it a hair here. Let's... That one there felt pretty decent. I'm wondering too if maybe if I change the sensitivity on the blade, like up and down, I wonder if that would help a little bit. It might just be like jerking so much that, like when I go to raise up or down a little bit, it's just going too far too quick. So then we're getting that issue with the bounce. But as far as I know, all my settings are the same, so... At this point, I don't care. It's deleting dirt as we go, so that works for me. We're getting rid of it one way or the other. once I get this all barely to the close, I'll probably push, you know, half that way and then half behind. Right there, it just emptied the blade when I tried to go up just a hair. Even though we might not have to clear too much more off here unless it's just this spot here with pay dirt. But I definitely don't want to take too much pay dirt out. A little bit's fine. I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think pay dirt's going to be an issue. At least I hope. Worst case, I'll come over here and I'll dig this crap back out over here. All right. Kind of getting somewhere here. I might just push all that right over into that hole. I know it goes down deeper. But that's it over there that I'm starting to dig up that stuff, and iron is kind of making it a hassle. And I have all that green spot, you know, dark green up there that I can go dig down into. So I'll probably just avoid that, and then I'll probably kind of angle a little bit right into that hole over there. Might be the best play. Man, I know we got a lot deeper to go, at least on this, the side behind me. Like back there. Unless every spot I tested just happened to be, you know, a deep spot. It was just like a few random ones. Should we go up? So need to oil this thing. So yeah, I know we're filling up part of the cut we've cleared, but like I said, it's deleting more dirt than I'm putting in there. So I can just clear that little bit again, no biggie. Should say, you know, I'm not worried about pay dirt. We'll get pay dirt. I don't know if that's technically 100% true. Really don't have any kind of drilling records on this property, this claim here. We've kind of just thought the area looked pretty enough to do this on. Yeah, I'll definitely change the sensitivity on the blade up and down again, which is their control system is a lot. It's you know, not confusing, but there's a lot to it, but it is extremely awesome. One of the best ones in a game like this than I've played before, you know. Or, I mean, Farming Sim ain't terrible, but not as good as this. Construction Sim isn't as good as this. You know, like, you know, every type of equipment has their own scheme here, and like Farming Sim, some share. That makes it kind of a pain in the butt. Construction Sim, I think, was kind of the same way. Like obviously you can't do controls for each equipment, but you're separate for dozers, for loaders, trucks, all that. Even though there was one thing I wanted, I wish we could get. What was it separate for these? I just don't remember. There was something I was hoping we could separate. Shifting, the transmission style. So you could put like a manual or sequential on like the rock trucks, and it not have to apply to all the vehicles. You know, for example, like the loader, like that just makes it sequential is more annoying to me. I think just because I'm out of forward and backwards and stuff like that. I'm sure it's more on the realistic side of things. But the rock truck's nice because you can keep it in lower gears when you need to and get up hills a lot faster. I don't even know if something like that's possible. I assume, but I definitely don't know. You know, I want dozer automatic. I want rock truck sequential. I want, yeah, like see, just I don't know what bounces. That's what I don't get. The bounce. I wasn't moving the blade at all for that. Right there again, I'm just driving straight. I wonder if it's just underpowered for what I'm trying to push. Just a little dozer. Or it's just limitations of the, you know, the voxel system. It could be. I mean, there's got to be some limitations, right? We're not going to get this like friggin' butter. That's for sure. Like, it's just not going to happen. There'll always be something that, you know, doesn't look right or doesn't act right, doesn't feel right, because it's a lot. You got to think about what you're, you know, what we're like doing right now, you know, in terms of terraforming and stuff like that. And well, you don't see a lot of games like it too. You know, farming sim, like, yeah, they got like little mud tracks, and I know there's mods where you can dig and stuff like that, but they don't have it in their game because it's a physics of sorts, and physics are extremely insane. You know, which is why I'm sure the dozer deletes dirt. Because if it didn't, one, you know, like, I wouldn't be able to do some of these runs, obviously. I know that, like, eventually. There'll be limitations, but could you imagine it, your system trying to keep up with all the voxels and the physics of the dirt as you push it across a mile? It'd be insane. So now the question is, are these just random spots of Paydirt? Or is this like a big Paydirt level that I want to be at? So I guess I gotta dig a little bit in here and see what we find. Which the drilling. I'm gonna be excited for the new drilling systems. I hope. I think that'll be a good addition. All right, now that I kind of feel like we're decent, now I can come back here and try to get this on a good height. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. I don't get it. I don't get it, sirs. Like unfortunately, it's a little harder because it digs more, but I do better with, like I said, the blade just tilted all the way forward than trying to back it off and smooth it up in a way. Let's see here. Oh, pick up the puppy food. Or adult dog comes over and tries to eat it. They want each other's food. It's kind of funny. The puppy wants to eat the adult food, and the adult wants to eat the puppy food. An adult dog don't need any of that stuff. He's already a little overweight, we'll call it. He ain't bad. He ain't like a balloon or anything like that, but he ain't where he's supposed to be for a Shih Tzu. That's for sure. All right, let's see if I can kind of... need to go deeper there, but I might just try to push it the other direction. And that's a good amount of Paydirt there. Can't turn because of the wall. Just gonna leave you alone, like so. I mean, it's nice to see some Paydirt, you know what I mean? Not 100% what we want as much of this. We want a lot more, but trying to save this over here because probably scoop it up. So I'm trying not to cut too much, and it's hard to tell because it makes it look worse than it does. Because like you touch pay dirt, like the whole pile of dirt in your blade turns to pay dirt, and then put that blade back all the way, and then it leaves a trail across. So it looks like you're, just cutting the whole ground of it, and I don't think that is the case all the time. So it seems to be roughly about here. So let's... gonna do a little longer push here, but I honestly feel like I did better with the longer pushes, as stupid as that sounds. Way behind it. I don't know. I don't know why it popped up like that. Just did. It almost feels like it's auto-saving. Like the dirt stops becoming diggable real quick. Okay, enough of that bullshit. I ain't falling behind the freaking thing. whatever. It is what it is. All right. I wonder if that's part of the problem too, because like that was a ridge. Like these tracks, you know, obviously they kind of flatten a little bit. You can see it, you know, kind of like acting like a roller, which makes sense, right? I wonder if it's like flattening out some of the dirt in front of you or making just enough of a change that it's popping the blade up, you know, like maybe it raises up a hair or something like that and just pops the machine up. Could be a thing, right? Or again, it's just me and my skill issue. Yeah, I think here is a lot deeper to go. But now I'm almost at the point where I'm going to have to, we'll get the roller in here and like smooth it out a little bit because or no, or we're just going to bring, well, smooth it out, but we're just going to bring the loader in and take this dirt, not clear it with this for now until, at least till we see, you know, if it's a trend of the dirt. But like here, it looks like obviously we're a lot deeper to get to it, which we kind of already knew. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. I'll get the dozer down eventually. May not be this year, might not be next year or the year after, but I definitely will get it down. Like I touched the dirt and now I got a giant mound of dirt. Like didn't touch it that hard. Come on. Yeah, I think we're gonna stick with long pushes. Try to get this smoothed out a little bit, so which is hard because you need to get the blade in the right spot. Yep. Seen that happening. Like I said, I'm sure that's because it's on a down slope, so it's like it's simulating falling down the hill. There's just doesn't show the whole process of it. Trying to smooth it out with the tracks, but I don't think I'm gonna get over that little piece there. Still trying to practice, working on getting the blade tilted back at the right angle. Like I said, every time it's not tilted all the way forward for me, it does this. It bounces and bounces. Maybe I'm still too far forward. Maybe I can't change that while I'm driving. Maybe I got to keep, forward the angle of the blade the same the whole time, and it works better. But then like I said, then it just slopes up so much if I don't have that blade like this. Like, that's just insane. I mean, it does with it all the way forward too, a little bit, but like if it would let you the other way, it would take a 90-degree turn straight up and probably loop around. Like, this might not push back as far because the slope's not as steep there, going backwards. But obviously, going this route is a little harder to stay straight because it does want to dig. And then when you pull up a little bit, that's when you start getting the real big slope up too. So, like I said, regardless, we're moving dirt, right? We're actually moving stuff. Seen that little guy right there. If I see it, I need to grab it because some things screw you up bad sometimes. Running a vehicle along there, and all of a sudden you just get hooked and flip your vehicle around because you didn't see it. All right, so now I'm just trying to work on getting this top part level-ish with down there. But again, I'm starting to see some paydirt, so I might be... And see, like, why did we just stop? Like, why are we not digging? And then you bounce, and you drop the dirt. I say maybe it's because it's, the little dozer, but I was playing on another save with some people from Discord, and we had the big dozers, and it was still doing it. I know, you're probably yelling at me for just pushing all this pay dirt off. Just want to make sure that I'm at a layer, because obviously it ain't really worth trying to haul and come and scoop it up if it's just like a little patch of it. Like, I'll probably leave that there. Then as you can see, this part obviously has to go deeper. Yep, we're not on the ground, not touching nothing, but we're gonna dig it. I was like, I'm looking at it, it's like, man, it's really not that big, and it's really not, but we do have that little bit over there. Yeah, so you can see here. No pay dirt yet. Pay dirt that when we dug out of holes, like double this length down. So it's just like little pockets there. And obviously that was all uphill. So I think, pay dirt's going uphill, and we've kind of cut into a little bit. Because the height from there to there is probably close-ish. I think I'm gonna try to push this to about the same depth as I just did on the other side. And I think that's enough pay dirt for me and our our mining system to bring the loader up here to clear this dirt. Like I said, even though we're deleting some of this, we can always scoop into the wall and grab some of it that's there. Not a huge. And then when I get to that side, I'm just going to have a better system. Try to plan it out a little bit better. That's still the coal. I almost feel like maybe once we get, the loader in here and do whatever we're going to do, maybe just run a couple long passes up the middle so we have enough room down below it, like that little tiny speck did all that, and then just go left and right and push it maybe. But I feel like we need to grab the roller and try to roll out at least like this little bit here so we have a flat surface to flat-ish surface to drive the loader on. Because if that's bumpy, just kind of like anything, it makes it really hard to dig straight and decent without it bouncing around. So we are coming up. So like, I don't even see, what time was it? 1600. Okay. Night should go by quick. If I have the settings right, night should go by pretty quick. It just wasn't worth it yet. Once we get on Unreal 5 and a new lighting system, I think that should probably help a lot. I don't really need to go all the way up. I really just need to kind of stop there where I'm going to start digging. I'm probably going to take, all that to this level, kind of where I'm at now. Do have a sloppy mess up here. But thank goodness for the roller. Makes all your crappy lines look better. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to go up that far. I just said that. Yeah, about where the back of it is now, I think is probably where I'll start digging, so. And obviously down there, I will start at that wall. Probably come away from the wall a little bit and smooth this side out here. Even though this one I might obviously start back a little further just due to the Paydirt that's right there. I clear a couple rows right through here. I think that should be pretty good. Think. Maybe just that little spot up there. I don't know. I think we'll be pretty decent. We'll use the loader, get the truck down here. And I should probably clear off this here. That's what I think I was thinking a minute ago. There, I think that should be good enough. So now I can use the loader. Just dig that way. And hopefully kind of slope it up as I go. Be able to hit the top, but worst case, I can drive from the other side. I don't think figuring that part out is an issue. Maybe I'll hit this little bump here just in case I'm driving the truck through it. Then once I get where I need to be, I'm going to definitely going to have to go through and level out everything I can. Whoa. So then hopefully we have a nice, decently level base. I mean, we're talking HawkMed level, not like actual level. Yeah, it's so sloppy looking. So disappointed and happy at the same time. Get that out of the way. I think you're fine there. Even if we have dozer breakdown, we're going to be digging up there anyway. Maybe I will do this real quick with my hand. Maybe I'll start up here so I don't start digging right off the bat. Yeah, it's like that little speck right there. That is one that definitely will screw you up at some point. Just driving along, hit the cab or something. Hoping once they upgrade, because I believe, if I understood it right, they're going to upgrade to Unreal 5. And they're waiting for, don't mark my words, I believe they're waiting for I think it's the voxel plugin to update as well, or something along those lines. So they're waiting on one of their plugins. I thought it was voxel, maybe it's a different one, to upgrade the engine. So that's why they're in no hurry, and they feel really confident that pretty much everything will transfer over that they're doing. You know, because in the past I'm like, I would, with no knowledge or experience, would think, let's get on to our final engine and then implement all the new stuff. But, you know, they obviously have way more experience than I do. I mean, they could be doing it for 2 months and they have more experience than I do. So that's all right. Um, I was always looked at like, okay, let's see, I have my house. I could like paint it and put in a TV room or, put in a streaming room or something like that. But I'm looking at selling it. So, what I mean? Like, why would I want to do all that now, then have to redo it again? But like I said, I trust their judgment over mine, that's for sure. So I think they're waiting on a plugin of some sort to update as well. So we'll see. Maybe we'll get it by the end of the year. Maybe we're not. Don't know if I'm excited for it anyway. I'm excited for the probably improvement to graphics, hopefully improvements like the digging systems. But as we know, Unreal 5 looks absolutely gorgeous. Um, but it's not the stablest of the engines, unfortunately. A lot of stuttering, going to change a lot of PC spec requirements. So that is definitely a downfall towards it. But take it as it comes. Um, and worst case, they might leave a legacy version up on Unreal 4, which is why maybe they also want to do it this way. That way they can implement everything they can, have a legacy version where, if you bought the game, you're not going to miss out on the stuff, and then update to 5, and then just leave the legacy for, lower end systems or people that just don't like it. So, but yeah, I think we're going to leave it there. We did some digging. We got the start of this. I'm going to have to go through and chop some wood and get some supports on it, get the rest of the pieces I need. Throw up a wheel real quick for can we use it? Yes or no per episode. And then go from there. But we're seeing Paydirt. So that is a good sign. We do see some Paydirt down there. So we'll start running that next episode, most likely, if we can have our front loader and our truck available. Well, the truck will be, because that was down this episode, so it can't be out. But yeah, as long as we have our front loader, we'll just start using the front loader to clear all this out. Just because there's pay dirt mixed in with it, and try to get it leveled to here, and then go from there and see where we're at. See if that pay dirt keeps dropping down, or if it's just a little layer and then back to dirt. But yeah, we'll figure it out. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button for me. Also, leave a comment below. Anything works, an emoji, a comment, anything like that. Any tips or tricks for the dozer to help my skill issues. Like I said, I know it's definitely I have skill issues with the dozer, but I do know that it is an issue because I see a lot of people, talk about some things here and there. So just don't feel like I did this bad last year with it. Maybe I did. I don't remember. Or last season, I guess. But yeah, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button for me, really appreciate all the support so far. Discord is in the description, other links. Like I said, I started TikTok trying to start putting some videos on there. It's still a work in progress, so working on all that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope to see you next video and have a wonderful night, evening, and morning. Bye.